The European Commission is taking a lot of political responsibility now to tackle anti-Semitism because we see a spike across Europe. It is very worrying. We see that Jews live in fear, and this is certainly not the idea of the founding fathers, to see that a whole community is living in fear, is afraid, and has to go to schools with protection, has to go to the synagogue with police in front. So we are taking a very serious political step.
Now, when it comes to the protests, let's put aside the violence, the actual violence. So sometimes people like to say, wait a second, it's not anti-Semitism, this is anti-Israel.
Yes, it is clear that anti-Semitism can hide behind anti-Zionism. We have to tackle anti-Semitism from any side, from the right, from the left, from the Muslim side. We see in our surveys that the perceived anti-Semitism and the perceived threat to the Jewish community in Europe is about 1/3 to all three of these directions. So we are tackling all three of these.
Now, do you feel that also the rise of Islam in Europe is part of this? Do you look at this as part of the aspects of when you're dealing with anti-Semitism?
Well, we have to be very nuanced, and we should not target whole groups. We have to look at individuals, but it is clear that we have clear European values. These values include democracy, rule of law, equality between men and women, also non-discrimination. And those who are here and who come here have to adhere to these values. And these values also comprehend the fact that we have no tolerance against anti-Semitism.
Now, do you have any cooperation with the State of Israel?
We had an EU-Israel seminar already in December where we talked in particular about the very worrying rise of anti-Semitism in the internet. We are looking at how we can tackle these issues, also from a technological point of view, but we have initiated also a dialogue on European level with the IT companies in order to ensure that takedowns are done quickly, that they take responsibility also in order not to become a platform of hatred and to react in their own responsibility as well. So we are in very close contact now with these organizations and businesses in order to make sure that we tackle hate speech online. And this was the main aspect of the dialogue with Israel, where, by the way, Israel also brought in 2 tech companies to discuss with us what is technically possible.
How do you relate to people who feel that, generally speaking, the way Europe is acting towards Israel sometimes even promotes anti-Semitism with the labeling and all the things we're seeing?
Well, we look at the Jewish community in Europe. For us, their safety, their fears are our concern, and we want to make sure that they feel that they have a entry door to the European institutions, that we take policy measures that really help them to live here, to stay here, and we know that many Jews that live in Europe do not want to be seen as agents of Israel, although they have a very special relationship with Israel. And I think that is important to see in the overall picture.
It's important for you, and we see this a lot, are in good connection with the different Jewish organizations.
Yes, this is one of my main priorities now, to be in touch with not only the organizations that are here in Brussels, but be in touch with all the different Jewish organizations and Jewish communities, the religious ones, the secular ones in the member states, to know what is really their concern and to also listen to their solutions.
There's cooperation?
Yes, very good. And I'm not starting from scratch. I was in the dialogue with religious organizations beforehand, and I was in very close contact already with the Jewish organizations in that function. So we are enlarging the cooperation, and I think on a personal basis there's a very good cooperation, yes.